Hi, my name is Nancy. I'm with East Missouri Action Agency, the Housing Department, and I'm here doing this video today to send to people who are at the top of our waiting list to try to explain our Section 8 housing program. First off, I want you to know we have 3 housing offices. The first one is in Park Hills, and our number is 431-5391. We do have one in the city of Cape. That number is 573-334-3666. And we also have one in Hayti, Missouri. That number is 573-479-3133. Now, I'd like for you to please watch the complete video. It will explain most of what's going on with the Section 8. And then if you have any questions, you can surely call your local office. You can call myself. Along with this video, we are going to be mailing out briefing packets. And these packets do contain several pieces of paper. You will have to fill it out completely and send it back in to us. But along with the paperwork, I'm going to send you a letter telling you everything you have to bring in or send in with it. And those things include, we will need all those forms completed. We need Social Security cards for every member of your household. We need birth certificates for every member of your household. We need photo IDs for everyone over 18. We also need income verification for all forms of income the household receives. This could be wages, it could be child support, it could be TANF, Social Security, SSI, disability. Also, child support, or if any family member or friend gives you money each month to help with your bills or necessities. Another thing that we need for you to send in is your latest 3 months bank statements, and that will include checking and or savings. Okay, so you will get a copy of this letter sent out with all these forms to fill out and send everything back into the office. Now, once we get it back in, if everything's not there, I'll have to send you a letter telling you that we still need whatever it is, Social Security card, birth certificate, or whatever. That will only delay your process of receiving your voucher. So please send it all into our office if everything's there, and if you qualify, then you will receive a voucher. We do have income guidelines according to how many members are in your family. And if you want to know about that, you can call the office and I can go over that with you. Your voucher I'm going to give you is good for 60 days. From the day I go over your paperwork, make sure you qualify, to 60 days later. Now, and it will also say on there how many bedrooms you qualify for. And I determine that, or one of the girls at the other offices do, by according to how many people are in your home and if your children are boys, girls, or whatever. If you haven't found anything that you like within the 60 days, you can call and we can give you a 30-day extension, either of the offices. Now, the 30-day extension has to be asked for before your voucher has expired. But we can give you 2 30-day extensions, which means you do get a total of 120 days. Now, when you find something that you like within your bedroom size, ask how much the rent is. Then you can call your local office and see if that rent amount qualifies for the bedroom size you're looking for. Because we do have guidelines to follow. 2-bedroom, they can't charge $900. So there's lots of examples like that, but you can always call once you find out what the landlord is going to charge. We want you to look at the place you want to rent, whether it's an apartment, a trailer, a townhouse, a home. You want to look at it, make sure there's no damages to it, make sure all the floors and walls and ceilings are intact, because there will be an inspection done. And things the inspectors are going to look for is chipped or peeling paint, no holes in the walls, no sagging floors, no low ceilings that look like they may be falling in. We can't have any water leaks under the sinks. That would be a mold problem. So there's several things that the inspector will go in and inspect. I do know they check every outlet. There's several other things that they will be checking. So if you decide on this particular place, you want to send in or have your landlord fill out a paper called Request for Tenancy. This is something that has to be sent back into our office before it can be inspected. Your landlord will fill out this whole front sheet, then he will fill out the back on the left side, and the tenant fills out the back on the right side. So if you have any questions about that, you can call us. Then that goes to your local office, whether it's Cape, Hayti, or Park Hills. The inspector will get in touch with the landlord and set up a time and date for the inspection. Now, if this landlord has not been on our program before, if he has not been a landlord for us, call me, give me his name and address, and I can send out a landlord packet to him, which we do have to have a W-9 filled out and a ACH form, which is the direct deposit form. That will make sure his checks go through direct deposit. Once inspection has passed, the caseworker will print up the contracts, the lease, all the paperwork. They will have you sign and date everything. They will give you a paper stating how much you pay the landlord and how much we pay the landlord. The portion housing pays the landlord is sent to the landlord on the first of the month. You do not have to worry about that particular amount. The portion you pay is to be paid to the landlord on the first of the month or on the third, whenever your Social Security check comes, and maybe you set up an arrangement with the landlord to pay on a certain day. We suggest you do not pay cash, or if you do, please get a receipt. You only pay what we tell you to pay, unless the only way around that is, say you have a pet and the landlord charges $25 a month for the pet. That is not considered part of your rent amount. You would pay that directly from your pocket. Another thing which is very important, we do not pay deposits. We don't have the funding for that, but sometimes landlords will go over with you maybe over a 2 or 3 month period of paying the deposit. You can always ask. When you fill out your paperwork, I will let you know you get a deduction for every child under the age of 18. Also, if the head of household is disabled, that is also a deduction. Some things, like you pay out of pocket, child care expenses, we have a form for you to fill out there if you pay it to a daycare, and that would be a deduction for you. Not anything vendor pays, but what you pay out of your pocket. Once you lease up in a place, you do have to live there for 1 year. Once you've lived there for 1 year, your research paperwork will be sent out with like 3 months prior to your 1 year anniversary. You can tell your caseworker, I would like to move to a different place. They will send you paperwork, have you fill it all out, give you a new voucher. You have to let your landlord know that you want to move by a certain time and date. Okay, once you do have the initial inspection before you move in, or if you're already there, then you will not have another inspection for 2 years. We only do those every other year. But we do the recertification, which is paperwork again, almost the same as what you're going to receive this time, just a little bit different, but you will have to do a recertification every year. Anytime we send you a letter, please comply within the time frame that's specified on the letter. If we send you a letter, it's because maybe we don't have a certain birth certificate or Social Security card, or we need you to sign some papers. So please comply. We will send out a second letter if we don't hear from you, but then the third letter would be a termination letter. Okay, after 1 year, you can take your voucher anywhere in the United States. This is called portability. But you do have to stay where you're at a year. But you can let your caseworker know if you have family in Virginia, Washington State, Minnesota, Texas, wherever. You can port after 1 year and retain your voucher in that particular area. We do have another program called Family Self-Sufficiency. It is a program administered by Pat Kennedy. It is an escrow program for working adults. It's a very good program, and if you would like information on that, you can contact one of the offices, and Pat can get in touch with you and give you all the information on that particular program. We also have a home ownership program. If you stay on Section 8 for 1 year and you decide you want to buy a little home in the area, most of our clients who are on this program go through rural development because you do have to get your own loan. But once you do, your mortgage payment, we help pay that instead of just your rent. So that's something to think about also. We do have certain rules to go by, and I will quickly go over those. After the 1 year, you can move. You do have to give your landlord a full 30-day notice. Any changes of income have to be reported within 7 business days. This means if you get a job, if you get laid off, if you lose a job, say you get $1 an hour raise, anything with any kind of income has to be reported within 7 business days. Any new child in a home, if you have a new baby, we need that reported as soon as possible. We will also need a birth certificate and social security card for that child. If you have a grown child that just finished school and they want to move away, we will need that paperwork filled out also. If any family member within your home commits any criminal activity, it could result in your termination from the program. That is checked every year. Your portion of the rent is due on the first of the month. No one else can live in your home except the people that you have put on the lease. Also, if you have to pay any utilities, they are to be kept on in your name at all times. If for any reason they get turned off, you only have 5 days to get them back on. Again, I think I went over this. Comply with any letters we send you. You are responsible for any damages to the unit beyond normal wear and tear. That includes maybe a broken window, someone put a hole in the wall, anything beyond the normal wear and tear. That is your responsibility to fix it. Any drug or criminal activity involving any member in your household could result in your termination. And this would only be your place of residence. You cannot rent out a room. You cannot move out and have someone else move in. You can have visitors up to 30 days per year. Overnight, I think only 1 week at a time. So you can have visitors spend the night, but only 30 days per year. Also, I wanted to tell you about a couple programs Eastmoaa has to help families. Besides the housing, we do have Head Start, which is a wonderful program for young children. Community Services has several programs. One of them is called a LIHEAP. It's energy assistance. Also, the Women's Wellness is a wonderful program. Weatherization, we have that in the building. You can call your local office if you would like to know about any of these other programs. Our main objective is to get good, nice housing for our tenants. We want you to take care of it. We want you to know before you move in what utilities you have to pay. Make sure you have a budget for it. We just want you to have good housing, and we're here to help you. Thank you.